But let's start with Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Ashley Barrissey and a look at radar right now. Ashley.
Yeah, well, luckily, the rain that we are following right now, not quite as intense as it was midday, but we are still tracking several flooding concerns across areas of Ohio, including right here in central Ohio. So we brought you midday the flash flood warning. You might have even heard your cell phone go off, that sound of like an Amber Alert, indicating that the flash flood warning was in your area. That particular area closer to Columbus is now an aerial flood warning. The difference, flash flood warning happens within a quick 6 hours with intense rainfall. Aerial flooding is more of a prolonged, moderate, heavy rainfall event, so we're anticipating a little bit more rain in that area. We'll zoom in where you can see Gahanna, New Albany, Groveport, even up towards Pickerington and Pataskala in that area that still has flooding concerns. So let's look at some of the reports that came in just after the noon hour. In Licking County, there was 8 to 10 inches of water that were flowing over the roadway and carrying debris in that area. And in Franklin County, there was some video that was submitted of water flowing over Refugee Road just west of Bryce Road in Bryce Village. As we look at some unofficial totals throughout the area, we've been right about 5 inches of rain just north of 16 there, really in that 3 to 5 inch range. There was reports by the National Weather Service of 4.5 inches of rain within 90 minutes over in the Reynoldsburg area. My colleague Ross Caruso has been out in the elements today. He's specifically in Reynoldsburg right now, and let's join Ross to see what he has to say.
Yeah, Ashley, we're right outside City Hall here. You can see behind me where we are looking at Main Street here coming across, where flooding has been an issue for the past couple days for us, but really amplifying this morning where we saw that heavy rain. You can see where the traffic cones are, where city officials have kind of blocked off a portion of Main Street. And if you could look into the distance, that's actually the parking lot of City Hall. And if you could see even further, that's the Division of Police, where they have sandbags that are set up leading to the steps going to the police department. And that doesn't really just tell the story, because we're not only looking at heavy rain there, but across many other areas in Reynoldsburg. I actually spoke to one local resident who said he's been looking at flooding around this area for a couple years now, but it hasn't been this bad for a while.
The neighborhood that I live in, everybody's pretty much trapped. Everything, all the exits are kind of closed off because of this, so you can't really go anywhere or do anything, so kind of just sitting ducks. So I'd say it's definitely a little bit worse than the last time it happened.
I also spoke with some officials at Reynoldsburg City Hall, and they said that, yeah, it hasn't been the worst they've seen, but obviously this is showing some problems out there. We're looking at high waters, some heavy rain that finally we're starting to see some water levels recede, which is good news. We still have that flood warning in effect, as Ashley Barrissey also described. That's going to be in effect until 8, but there is still a lot of flooding across parts of Reynoldsburg. We'll talk more about that coming up at 6. For now, reporting in Reynoldsburg, I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Ross Caruso.